Hello and welcome to the Pirate King Plays Genshin Impact. Where last we left our hero, we figured out what the fuck Baiju's deal was, disposed of some god remains, and then went to see Yoimiya, who decided to take a vacation all the way here to Sumeru from Inazuma. So, that is what we're going to be doing today. I should probably set the quest, huh? Also, you may see on my mini-map there, something like that way. An actual world quest I haven't done because it finally unlocked Garcia's Pie and Gift of Compatibility. That is the end of a series of commissions. And it'll get me something at, what's it called? This place. The Reputation place. It's the last one of those. So that'll be cool. I'll be doing that on my own later. That's end of a commission line, so commissions I don't do on stream. I only want to do the voice stuff on stream. And that include... We were here, okay.
Wow! Is that what you two were talking about? Amazing! It's huge!
Oh yeah, that thing.
Wait, it's not going to suddenly start moving, right?
Relax, it's completely still, and it's been ages.
That's true. It's green from all the overgrowth on it. All right, let's go. Now, this will make for quite the story.
Oh, so we're going in there. I forget if these were here before, or if they just added them for this quest. There's a very real possibility they just added them for the quest. Oh, we're going here.
I was wondering, have you seen your sister yet?
Yup, but she said that she'd meet us at the end of our journey, and then she left.
I see. It seems she has her own things to worry about. But
Yeah, we got a whole time travel thing going on there.
We'll talk. How did she look? Was she doing well? Had she changed in any way?
Well, according to him, nothing's really changed. He's hanging in there.
That sure is reassuring. I believe that you two will come to an understanding once your journey is over. You are siblings, after all.
Haven't climbed this guy in a while. Yeah, unlike a lot of the other games I stream, this one doesn't really take much, thought on my part.
Whew, I didn't think we'd be able
It's
to
mostly for
climb
the
all the way up
cutscenes,
here.
it seems.
What a great view! I just want to shout at the top of my lungs!
Yeah, and even though we might not be viewing the meteor shower from here, it's a good place to practice.
Oops, I was having too much fun and almost forgot about that. Before I left Inazuma, many people heard that I was looking for a meteor shower. So they told me that they wanted to make wishes. I told them that they could write their wishes down on paper. So I ended up collecting several dozens of wishes.
Whoa, that many?
So you want to help convey all those wishes?
That's part of it, but more importantly, I've been wondering why people link meteor showers and wishes in the first place. After a lot of thought, I think I figured it out. People use fireworks to remember their most precious memories, and these memories sparkle and shine each time the fireworks fly. In other words, fireworks symbolize the past.
Huh.
And shooting stars make people think of wishes, because wishes carry people's brilliant hopes and expectations for the future. One represents the past, and the other the future. They both bloom in the sky, but have completely different meanings behind them. It's really beautiful, isn't it?
Very true.
It's clear to me that I'm not the only one holding this belief. I'm sure my ancestor had similar views. I think that's how he drew inspiration from the meteor shower. His method was a wish of sorts to begin with, to join the past and future together and combine their beauty. At first, I wasn't completely serious about using the opportunity to travel abroad to see a meteor shower. But it became something like a mission once everyone had handed their wishes over to me.
Yoimiya. Well said. And here Paimon thought you needed practice.
Ah,
Huh? That was fine? You both understand what I'm trying to say? Honestly, I thought it was pretty messy. I mean, these are all abstract topics that evoke a sense of admiration that's hard to put into words.
then have you ever considered that if you can't find it, perhaps it doesn't exist?
Traveler?
I did consider
Alright.
that possibility, and I won't lie. It'd be a real bummer if that were the case. I know that's the most realistic conclusion, and it's not like luck has to be on my side. But there's a premise to every legend, and that's belief. If I didn't take the step, it's not like a meteor shower would just rain upon me either. I wouldn't be where I am now. I wouldn't have known that they respond to wishes, and I wouldn't have seen all these beautiful sights in Sumeru. So
Sounds fair
I'm
to the
looking
last
forward to
one.
the rest of our journey. Every single step of it.
You really are amazing, Yoimiya.
Agreed.
What?
Oh, nothing. Paimon just thinks you're doing a good job with the wishes. Like we said earlier, we're gonna need to build a device.
We'll need to look for the purest ore in Sumeru.
Yep, and once we use it to create an observation device, we can find where the meteor shower will be.
I see.
We're going straight to ore?
Purest ore.
We can go somewhere else to look for it.
Then why don't we go back to Sumeru City and ask the blacksmith? I chatted with him a bit when Aveen was showing me around. He seems really knowledgeable. I bet he'll know something.
But wouldn't we be bothering him?
No one knows more about ore than a blacksmith.
That's true.
Let's go. I wish we could fly over.
Well,
What are we gonna do? If we really ask the blacksmith, he's gonna give us funny looks for sure.
we'll just have to roll with the punches.
You're right. Paimon will do her best not to say anything wrong. At first, Paimon felt bad about keeping Yoimiya in the dark. But now, it feels like we made the right decision.
I want her to see that meteor shower. I want her to have her cake and eat it.
Yep,
That's the first
that's why we're doing all this.
Also, you're saying you wish we could fly. We have a wind glider. We can glide at least. That's still fun. Provides us with some excellent views. This. Alright, enough sightseeing. Huh, a crystal chunk from there. That's rare. You briefly explain the purpose of your visit to the blacksmith.
You want to use the purest material to create a star observation device? Huh. That pair of specially crafted lenses should do the job. However, purest material is too vague. It'd be better if you were more specific.
Do you have any alternatives for us?
Firstly, this all sounds rather, strange. I never heard that legend about meteor showers. You sure you're not just messing with me?
No, we're messing with her.
Sorry for the trouble, but we are kind of messing with someone.
Sorry, Inazuma's pretty far, so maybe some key information got lost across the ocean. Still, I want to at least give it a shot. Even though the information's vague, can you help us at all?
Well, sure. Why don't I use some materials that might fit the bill and create up a mock-up device for you?
That'd be great! Thanks so much for your help.
No need to be so polite. You're my customer. Also, this kind of project is a nice change of pace.
Using his well-honed skills, the blacksmith constructs three different types of lenses.
Random one. It's not like we're really gonna use it anyway.
No, that won't do. I don't think I can justify that to myself. If these were for ordinary use, then it'd be acceptable. Barely. But if you want a product that is top-notch, this is far from ideal.
Why are you so interested all of a sudden?
Then what do we do?
Yeah, what now?
Don't worry too much about the material. If you think it'll be difficult to obtain, we can get it for you. I want to try all our options.
Since we're on the topic of legends, allow me to tell you one about blacksmiths.
Oh?
All of us in Sumeru know about this legendary forging material. It possesses excellent properties that are matched by no other. Using it to forge something is every blacksmith's dream. Some spend their entire lives searching for this material in vain, while others have it in their possession, yet never use it in their forge.
Huh? Why's that?
That's because the material is too precious. Many believe themselves unworthy to work with it due to a lack of skill. In other words, not only does it represent the pinnacle of material quality, but also the culmination of a smith's skills. I constantly practice and hone myself, so when I do encounter this material, we won't pass each other by like two ships in the night.
So, you mean that it symbolizes dreams?
Dreams, inspiration, obsession, focus. Call it what you want.
His voice
Or
actor
it
sounds
symbolizes
familiar,
purity,
and I can't
I
place
believe it
it.
is your goal as well. We call it Earthstone, but in truth, neither I nor my colleagues have ever seen it.
Earthstone.
It's more like a goal, and also a warning.
This fits perfectly with the tale of the meteor shower. Then, why don't we go looking for it?
Is it even something we can find?
We should at least try. Treat it as a fun excursion.
Exactly! We're chasing down a legend after all. What's true or not doesn't matter as much. If we do find it, that's a big win for us. And if we don't, maybe we can still find something that could be used as a substitute.
When you put it like that...
Hey, excuse me. If I might intrude, have you seen a child in a wheelchair?
Yeah, she and I were hanging out not that long ago. What's the matter?
Do you know where she went? She hasn't returned home yet.
Huh? I wonder why. When we split up, she said she was heading home.
Oh, dear. Oh. I'm sorry if I seem worked up. I'm Avine's mother. She's been depressed ever since she fell ill and was forced to use a wheelchair. I'm concerned about her mental health. If she does something reckless because she's not in a good state of mind...
It's okay, don't worry. We'll help you find her. I can't say that I know her very well, but I think she just has a lot on her mind and is trying to come to terms with her feelings.
That's reassuring. She doesn't want to tell me anything. Probably because she thinks nothing she says would make either of us feel better. But I can't tell what she's thinking if we don't communicate. I'm worried that I'll panic and make things worse by saying the wrong thing.
Oh man, I know that feeling.
Don't worry. I'm sure she has a reason for wanting some space to herself at the moment. We should just be open and understanding with her. But that does bring me to a question I've been mulling over in my head. Do you think there's something else going on in her life?
Not that I'm aware of. I just know the illness was a big blow to her. She's always been physically active. She absolutely loved to run and jump, and she told me that she wanted to become a great adventurer someday. But after she became ill, she lost strength in both legs. She hasn't been able to stand since. We've consulted with countless doctors, but they're all stumped. They said all she can do is slowly recuperate. No one can say for sure if she'll ever stand or walk again. She believes that her legs will never recover, and her dreams of seeing the world would be forever shattered. This was all too sudden, too unfair.
Okay, I understand. I'll find a way to bring her around. Sorry, but it looks like we'll have to put our meteor shower search on hold.
Of course, Avine's safety is more important.
We're coming with you!
Mr. Blacksmith, do you remember seeing a child in a wheelchair?
Sorry, afraid not. I've been keeping my eyes on my anvil. But you're looking for someone, I suggest dropping in on Sadeg. He's my supplier. If anyone's aware of the comings and goings in Treasure Street, it'd be him.
Do you know where we can find him?
He's probably resting just over there. It's not far.
Thanks for your help with everything. We'll go over there and see what we can find out. Don't worry, I don't think she's gone too far.
Thank you
A
so much.
wheelchair, after all.
He and I will continue asking around in the city. If you find her, please, let me know. Thanks again for helping.
Game does have very good music.
Excuse me? Have you seen a child in a wheelchair?
Now that you mention it, that does ring a bell. I was moving some boxes at the time and I saw her pushing her wheelchair so hard she was panting. I asked if she needed help, but she didn't respond, as if she didn't hear me.
Sounds like there really was something on her mind.
Yeah, that was the impression I got too. What's wrong? Did she go missing?
Yes, so we're looking for her.
I see. That's rather worrying. I know. I'll ask my friends and see if they know anything. She went that way. If you ask people as you go, hopefully you'll track her down.
Okay, thanks. If you find out anything, don't forget to tell the people with the green scarves.
You mean the core of 30.
Uh.
Don't worry, I got it.
It's like, oh, she's foreign. Got it. Just look around, ask her. Yo, kids, you seen her? We're in the right area, but not seeing anything pop up as a specific person to talk to.
I have too many bugs. What should I do?
People as you go, they said.
I'm very sorry, but I haven't seen this child.
Oh,
I've
okay.
been settling disputes all day. If they have suffered an accident, please send them to be Marston immediately. I can help you make arrangements.
I mean, yeah, if she went this way, she would have gone toward the doctor here. She may have just gone by. Nope. Stick to the road then.
Excuse me, we're looking for a child in a wheelchair?
Oh, I remember her. She went that way not too long ago. I asked her what she was doing. It's my job, after all. She just said she had something important to do and didn't want to be disturbed.
That seems a little weird.
Whatever the case, she left the city. If you follow that road, you should be able to find her.
Gotcha. Thanks a lot.
Alrighty.
Hello there. Did a child in a wheelchair pass this way?
A wheelchair? Oh, so that's what it was. I didn't get a good look, but something going pretty fast went sliding down that slope over there.
Oh yeah, it is
Whoa,
downhill.
Dangerous.
For sure. There's terrain of all sorts outside the city, and if that was the kid...
Got it. It was over there, right? We'll be going now. Thanks.
I don't know, gliding always feels faster, even if it is pretty much the same as running. Is it the same as running? Oh, there she is.
Hey, are you alright?
I fell off my wheelchair. I can't move around without it. Why? Why?
It's okay. You're okay. You're not hurt. I'll take care of her. Can you two look for her wheelchair?
No problem. We'll be right back.
After Evan fell off, the wheelchair would have kept going. And that went too fast because I still had autoplay on. Must have slowed down. Can't be far now. Some hilly churls around the wheelchair.
So the hilly churls took it. We gotta get it back before they damage it.
At least she fell off before it went down to the river like that. Turn the wheelchair to a V.
All right, we're in luck. Looks like the wheelchair's still working.
That's good. Or else my family would have to pay for another one.
You don't have universal health care here?
You feeling any better? I know that must have been really scary for you. It's all right. You're safe now. We'll bring you back. Do you feel okay telling me why you had to come here despite the risks? If you don't want anyone else to know, we'll definitely keep it a secret.
That's right. You can trust us.
The Aranara carving. My bestest friend.
The carving? Mean the one I gave you?
That you're already calling your bestest friend?
Yeah. My illness is really bad. It's not just my legs. I've forgotten a lot of stuff too. I used to love running. I loved the feeling it gave me, and the sound of wind rushing by my ears. But the longer I sit, the cloudier those memories get. I'm starting to forget how it feels to love something.
Oh, jeez. What?
But when I saw that wood carving, I remembered that I once had a best friend. He'd always run with me.
Wait, was he an Aranara? Paimon meant that it couldn't have been an Aranara, right? They're just fairy tale characters.
But they aren't. They're real. They couldn't be more real.
Hey, I understand. Okay, let's calm down. Tell us what happened so we can help you.
Sorry. I got carried away. And I don't have any evidence to show you. Everyone says you can't see Aranara anymore once you become an adult. You have to say goodbye to your Aranara friends forever. I can't remember his name, or how he looked like. And soon, I'll even forget that he used to run with me. I don't want to become an adult. Not like this.
I understand now. When you saw that carving, you were reminded of your friend. You came out here to look for him and remember that friendship, no matter how difficult things got. Isn't that right?
Yes. I want to see him. I want to tell him that I'm not angry with him, and that I didn't want to break our promise. But then, this happened. I'm not angry with him. Not at all.
Cheer up. Something beautiful has happened.
Beautiful?
What?
That's right. You remembered something about the Aranara, haven't you? Once you start remembering more things, you'll be able to find your friend again. And I'll help you.
Yoimiya, does this mean that you can also see Aranara?
Sorry, I don't know if I can. I've only just arrived in Sumeru. Maybe I haven't seen one yet, or maybe I can't see them at all. But that doesn't matter. Whether I can see them or not doesn't change my belief that you can.
Aww.
What do we do? Paimon really wants to help her. She didn't deserve any of this. Not her illness, or being separated from her friend. But
We'll help too. Before that. Yoimiya, can we talk?
Huh? Me? Sure. Sorry. Wait here for a moment. I'll be right back. What's wrong? You look so serious all of a sudden.
Do you really believe in the Aranara? How do you plan to help her?
Oh, did you think I was overpromising back there? Don't worry, I have experience with this kind of thing. To her, reuniting with her Aranara friend is the result. But recapturing her past joy and belief in herself is the process. And that's where our help is needed. I'm guessing that her sudden illness made her feel like she may not be able to realize her dreams anymore. It also made it difficult for her to hold on to the happy memories and dreams she had. Everyone has their own imagination. After some chance coincidence, she met Naranara. So as long as we help her rediscover that same feeling she once had, her Aranara will return naturally.
Oh, so that's what you're thinking.
Adults only want to believe in objective reality. In doing so, they may unintentionally do harm to the innocent fantasies of children. But I think there are ways to get even subjective things back. So, how about it? Want to help me out?
Looks like all this excitement made you forget your original goal again.
If we didn't do anything to help, I wouldn't be able to watch a meteor shower, even if it appeared right now. And would the stars really want their caller to have such a heartless soul?
I understand. Don't worry. I don't doubt your reasoning. It's just...
What are you trying to say?
Because we can actually summon the Aranara.
You're a good Nara, Yoimiya. I'll apologize to them later.
Really?
Just watch. We have some tricks up our sleeves.
Oh, a leaf. Right. Not the purpose we were going to use it for, but okay.
Whoa. So, this is an Aranara.
And she can see it. Whoa, hold on. Did they not voice Arapurva? What's going on here? I feel like there should be sound. Very unexpected. Lord of Dendro did not say that be strange, Nara. Oh, Nara, trust Golden Nara. If that were not so, I would not have appeared. I'm sorry, there were circumstances, I'm afraid.
I'm the one who should be apologizing.
Okay.
Sorry, let me explain. I know that you only want to be seen by people you trust. It's rash of me to butt in. But this girl once had an Aranara as her best friend, and they haven't met in a very long time. She's been quite ill, and her world has been turned upside down. It's been so long since she's been able to see her friend that even her memory of him has become hazy. Parting with a friend like that is too sad, and she never wanted that to happen.
I remember Nara Avin and Arashani. Why didn't they voice this one character in this scene? All Nara grow up. When they do, they will say goodbye to their young selves. All Nara want to prepare for that, but the truth is very few succeed.
That's why I want to help her. Her world is still very small. Too small for all the sadness she has to bear. As things are, all she can do is sit alone and think about how happiness is leaving her little by little. About how life has been so unfair to her.
I understand. Her world is very small, so disappointment is very large.
Yes. Maybe we're already used to bad luck, and we know how to deal with feelings of sorrow and disappointment. But this is her first time dealing with any of this. Life can trip anyone up. What's most important in times like this is for us to support one another.
It seems that Red Nara is not yet grown up.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
But she can see me for one. Time is very important to Nara. Nara walk with time. They remember much and they forget much. But Red Nara is different. You know how young Nara think. The warmth in your heart is very pure. It is fierce like the sun. I believe you are trustworthy, Nara.
So, that means...
I can bring you all to see Arashani.
Thank you.
Thanks for trusting us.
Arashani is in Matayima Forest, but Nara Avin might not be able to see Arashani unless she is prepared. It is not complicated or difficult, though. Let me lead the way. I don't know why this voice fits, but it really does. Maybe for a smaller one. Maybe I should have gone deeper? I don't know.
Paimon's been meaning to prepared.
Nara Evin is not completely remembered. Memories and dreams are both necessary.
Dreams? But I'll never be able to stand again. Even if I can recover, I don't know how long that'll take.
Such worries are not needed here. Nara Evin, you must remember, dreams are connected to your heart, not your body.
My heart?
I led you this far, but now Nara Evin must find her precious things by herself.
Huh? He's gone just like that? It looks like the sky here has changed somewhat.
Oh, are we in the dream world?
Huh?
Come on. Here we go. Yeah, we're in the dream world.
Stood up! It wasn't hard at all, and it didn't feel weird. It was like how things were before I got sick.
Wait, so that means we're
Inside a dream.
not our first time in one. No wonder Arapurva said not to worry. Aveen can move freely in this dream.
Wow, that's amazing! Is this the power of my heart?
How amazing! Now we can all look for Arashani together. Come on, let's race. Let me see how good you really are.
I might not have recovered yet. Whatever, let's go! I won't lose, not even to an adult!
And off she goes. Well, this was easy. Paimon thought she'd need more time.
Guess that's what they call aptitude. The power of a wish. Yeah, let's go with that one.
That's true. Let's catch up with them.
There. Yeah, we're in the dream world.
You're good!
If we had run any further, you would have caught up.
Aveen's toe-to-toe with Yoimiya!
I've outran lots of adults before. Long legs don't necessarily mean you run faster. Training's important too.
I won't even be able to compete with you in a few years. Let's see. Where should we go next?
Starbits?
Look! Something's floating up ahead!
It looks like a star?
Does it want us to follow it?
Maybe. Let's follow it.
Oh, and we're Yoimiya now. Where it's specifically event Yoimiya. If it were mine, we'd have different wings.
Want to keep chasing after it? You're not feeling worn out yet?
Getting tired is part of running, and I love everything about running.
Whoa! Haha! Again, no, this is a star bit. Super Mario Galaxy.
Whoa! There are so many huge mushrooms here! They're big enough to lie on!
That's not what they're for. Let me show you.
Oh, we've already done it. Went too fast there. There was more of a scene.
So, this is our destination? But Paimon doesn't see an Aranara, just this big stone.
I'm so happy. I almost forgot how it feels to be this happy. You know, at first, It felt like my world had shrunk down to a tiny space. But as long as I continue moving forward, new sights will always appear in front of me. And my world will keep expanding before my eyes. Even though I don't know how I did it. I know I have you all to thank.
Oh, that's not important. What's important is that you remember the joy of going through the world. Our memories don't just symbolize our past, they can also shine a light in our future. Once you find the hope in your heart again, that happiness will come back to you.
Yes. Thank you, Yoimiya. Thank you all. Let's keep looking for Arashani. It doesn't look like he's here.
Yeah?
Looks like a portal, though.
Then why would the star lead us here?
The stone really stands out.
I don't know how to explain this. I don't know what it is, but it feels very familiar. Almost like it's a part of me.
I know. Could this stone be your Earthstone?
Earthstone?
I mean, as good at ad-libbing. Almost forgotten about that.
It's a very rare ore that symbolizes a person's aspirations and dreams. Since you can see it, that means you found what you've lost.
Is that how it works?
I think so.
It's just like in fairy tales. I thought I'd stopped believing in those. But I'm glad that I found that belief again.
Yep, portal.
They passed right through!
Let's go after them.
Whoop.
Hey, Yoimiya! Hey! Well, we have no choice.
I knew this was a portal as soon as I saw it.
We passed through, but nothing seems to have changed.
It has been a while, Nora Avin. It really has been a while, yes.
Arashani?
Why do you look sad? Oh, Arashani knows you are happy.
Arashani!
The R&R is sure of a flair for magical journeys. They not only helped Davine find her best friend, but they also showed us what an Earthstone is.
Maybe?
Oh, we have to look for one of our own later, to make the purest lens.
Yep. It's kind of funny, but Paimon thinks we can actually do it.
That's an adventure for you. It's been pretty fun.
But we have to bring her back to Sumeru City first. Her mother must be worried sick.
Seen before you is akin to a dream. Before you know it, I can't read the whole thing.
The dream ended.
We dreamed a most lovely dream. Don't look so lonely. He's right next to you.
Arashani, you're still here.
Arashani want to say sorry. It's not that Arashani did not want to find Nara. Arashani could not remember the time. Arashani does not dare enter the city. Arashani did not see Nara Avin, so Arashani thought you had made new friends. That is normal and unavoidable. It is not something to be grieved.
It's okay. I understand. This happened because I lost sight of myself.
What?
But I think I understand now. Yoimiya's right. Everyone gets bad luck, but we have to support each other through unlucky times. Thanks for helping me rediscover my memories and dreams. I won't let your work go to waste.
You've also helped us a lot, so don't be so humble. To be honest, we didn't know where to start with the Earthstone. But now that we're on this track, I think we'll find it easy.
Yoimiya, you need this Earthstone because you want to see a meteor shower?
Yep. Oh, once we find it, you should come with us.
If that's how things are, I'm happy to lend you my Earthstone.
What? Excuse me? What? What?
What just happened? Did you just take glasses out of your chest?
I have no idea what's going on either.
How'd you know we need this?
I didn't. I just thought that since you helped me find my precious friend, I should help you, using something precious to me. And then the light turned into this. Is this what you needed?
Thank you. I didn't expect us to solve our problem like this. All right, time to give it a go.
What?
Not that I know how to use it, but let's see what my intuition says.
Is it a monocle?
Where are you?
It is,
Where
in
are
fact.
you? Oh, I think I see it. Oh, it was pretty obvious. Come on, I'll lead the way. Once we're done watching the meteor shower, I'll accompany you home. Also, thank you for helping us. Actually, let me scrap the pleasantries and give you a heartfelt compliment instead. You all are great storytellers.
What a coincidence. I would say the same for you, Red Nara. Observe the meteor shower. Over there? I do like how much easier they made getting around in Sumeru compared to the other places. Oh, full cutscene. Go. Now you'd think a shower would be going in the other direction. What? Wait, what? Wait, what?
Just like fireworks.
So good. See, that right there, that's why I want to stream these important quests. When they get a big scene like that, it's just so good. Hell, that one just instilled a sense of joy that I would not have expected. Holy shit.
We're waking up already? But Paimon wants to watch more.
The meteors we summoned flew up from the ground. They were exactly like fireworks. Ugh, I could have kept watching that forever. That was the realest, grandest, most magical dream I've ever had.
Paimon, too! Paimon didn't expect you to just pull us onto that shooting star, though.
Honestly, I didn't think about it at all. I just thought it'd be a shame if we didn't try something crazy.
Mia, you already knew that was a dream.
You know me. It really doesn't matter to me if our experience was real or a dream. I really should thank you two, though. You set all this up as a backup plan because you knew that meteor showers are hard to catch, right? Don't worry, I loved it so much. I think this ranks as the absolute best gift I've ever been given.
Oh, whew. That's good. Paimon was afraid you might be angry after hearing the truth.
You don't know her.
Be? I dreamed about helpful, friendly, cute Aranara. I dreamed that we ran and jumped atop large mushrooms and we discovered Earthstone in a very unexpected way. And when I thought we had woken up, the next part was even more amazing. From her
Dream
heart,
within a
the
dream.
queen brought forth Earthstone glasses. We found meteors that flew up from the Earth. And we even became one with the shooting stars themselves.
We've been in a dream. Who's to say we've woken up?
That's right. Dreams themselves may be imaginary, but they're also experiences that can never be relived or replicated. If we were sticklers about truth and fiction, we would have missed out on so much beauty and emotion.
You sure know your way with words. Paimon's gonna bump you up a few places on the Paimon's best friend list.
So there's a leaderboard for that.
By the way, the Aranara, they don't usually like...
Oh yeah! They're so cute! We really have to thank those lovely carvings.
What?
The wood carvings?
Yeah, if we hadn't seen those wood carvings, then we wouldn't have dreamed of such cute Aranara.
Huh.
Mia gets it.
Don't worry, I know. I think they're very cute, and I'm happy to protect them. Well, it's almost time. Let's send her home.
Bring her home. Bring her home. Oh, after sending Aveen home, you and Yoimiya spend a few more days in Sumeru. Myrta receives word of Aveen's condition and implements a comprehensive treatment plan. Aveen is now eagerly cooperating with her care team, and she's feeling more cheerful than ever. Yoimiya's date of departure comes quickly. Aveen and her mother wave goodbye at the wharf.
Sumeru's such a nice place. I'll be back for sure.
You will always be welcome here. Aveen would be happy to see you again.
It's a deal. I'll be waiting for you.
You got it.
Yoimiya, before you go back, I want to tell you about my new dream. I want to travel to Inazuma on my own and watch a fireworks show there.
Wow, that's impressive. I didn't expect to be introduced to new customers while on vacation. Don't worry, I'll make you some fireworks that you'll never forget. You do as well. No matter how busy your adventures get, remember to come back to Inazuma. We'll always welcome you, no matter when you drop by.
Well, if a quest
You
sends
gotta
me
come
there.
and watch the fireworks this meteor shower inspired as they soar high in the sky.
Sounds like a plan.
Take care, Yoimiya. May all your days be filled with happiness. Fireworks are for now, but friends are forever.
Oh, why'd you just shout that out? It's embarrassing.
Aw, you're blushing.
Oh yeah! By the way, have a look at this.
An Aranara carving.
That's right. This is the one you helped me pick. And you said it looked kind of like me. I went to buy another one. This one's for you. Look at it whenever you're feeling down. Who knows? Maybe it'll raise your spirits. If nothing else, you'll know that I'm supporting you all the way. Of course, meeting in person is still better.
Of course. Thank you. I'll treasure it.
Okay, I'll be heading back now. I'm sure we'll meet again soon. I really loved the trip you prepared for me. In fact, I'm totally impressed. No matter where you two go, I know that our friendship and its warmth will support you. So, go forward, to the end of your journey and to the ends of this world. See you around.
Star Picker's Passage complete. Hell yeah! New quest. What? Oh, that's a different thing. That's probably... That's not even showing anything there. Okay. Well, that was Yoimiya's new quest. I loved it. Yeah, no, this is a... We just happen to be here. But I believe... Next up, we have Kave's Hangout quest. The Pendulum of Wheel and Woe. We need 2 for these. Okay. I don't know how much of this we'll get through. I hope we get through all of it. Probably not, though. Oh, yes, I forgot. Oh? Oh, I guess this is just listing it. I thought there was more than that. Walk around Sumeru City. There he is. Go from a quest with
I've taken a
one
look
of the
at your
most
proposal.
wonderful characters in the game.
It's much better than the ones you showed me before, but I'd still like to make some changes.
To
Come
this
on,
guy.
not again. Isn't this the 6th proposal I've shown you? What's your issue this time?
It's a bit hard to put into words, but the design still doesn't look quite right to me.
Oh no, I know
I
exactly
have to say,
what's
that's
happening.
a terribly vague and unconvincing explanation. Please enlighten me. What would feel more right to you?
For starters, don't you think this roof is jutting out a bit too far from the top? It looks almost like the head of a fungus.
He's an
door,
architect,
too.
remember.
I don't think it needs to be nearly this large. If you could reduce it to around my height, you could use the leftover materials to construct a few more rooms.
From a single door?
The roof and the door are the most fundamental parts of a building. If we were to change them, then what would be left of the design? Even if the soul of the building won't be lost, all traces of architectural style would be gone. Anyone with the slightest inkling of architectural knowledge would know to leave them alone.
Oh, I understand the principles of what you are saying, of course, but the truth remains that I'm still a bit unhappy with the design as is. Is there anything else that you can do? Oh, actually, I just got an idea. Can we get rid of all the extraneous sections on the roof so the whole design will just be one vertical structure, similar to that of a tree trunk?
What?
Don't architects often say that symmetry makes everything more balanced and pleasing to the eye? This way, the proportions will be completely balanced.
I really don't know how you managed to come up with such a ridiculous idea. Wait, don't tell me. Someone hired you specifically to commission me and put me through the ringer? Come to think of it, though, I really don't think I've gotten on anyone's bad side recently.
So, here's the thing. Kaveh is an architect. Architects are like the artist form of engineers. Artists will often get commissions that the commissioner doesn't actually know what they fucking want. So they keep going back and forth, and it sounds like this is the 6th time they've gone back and forth. So yeah, he's justifiably angry here. I'm on his side.
Anyway, that's it. I will not be working on this commission anymore. Goodbye. Maybe you can find yourself some other genius who'll be able to satisfy your demands.
Well, I didn't think my thing was that unreasonable.
Young man, please wait.
Yeah, no, you're... That is your fault, old man. Kaveh looks like he's in a bad mood. I should go check on him. Also, I said that like it was specifically to artists. We get shit like that at my job too, where it keeps going back and forth with the customer. Like, what the fuck did you want in the first place?
Oh, were my requests out of line?
Yes.
Taking this commission was truly the worst decision ever.
You alright?
Hmm? Oh, hey. I wasn't expecting to run into you here. Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern? Don't listen to anyone who says that drinking is an elegant pastime. It's no good for your health.
I followed you here.
Ah, so you saw all that, did you? Ugh, I thought I was in the clear. I made sure to double check that nobody I knew was around.
You were in the middle of the street,
Anyway,
Kaveh.
thanks for looking out for me. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm used to it by now. Stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss, I'll have a glass of wine. Same as last time. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
Wine and a glass of juice coming right up.
I guess we're having a glass of juice. And he chugs down his entire glass of wine.
I know you're already keeping a secret from me, but if you could add this one to the list as well, I'd really appreciate it. Arguing with a client is not a good look for me. If word gets out, other potential clients might be afraid to work with me. Guy, though, what was he even going on about? All those ridiculous demands of his? He's just a blabbering fool trying to act like a know-it-all.
Kaveh seems a lot more honest after he's had some wine.
Another glass, please, boss. I'm not leaving today till someone has to carry me out.
You've got it, sir. I gotta say, though, it almost feels like you're saying that every other day now.
It really is every other day that you'd run into a client who knows nothing about construction requirements or architectural style. If this was in the past, I'd never have gone through 6 whole drafts trying to accommodate the client's preferences. But perhaps getting used to this just means that I've grown numb to it. I've worked on so many projects since graduation, and none of them have been approved at the first pass. I would spend a lot of time altering my designs, and by the time the clients were finally satisfied, all my passion and enthusiasm would be gone. It feels like I'm straying further and further from my artistic vision with every change I have to make.
Nothing.
I suppose, though, that just sticking to your guns and completely disregarding other people's feedback would also not be a good thing.
Second would be lucky.
All of this makes for a real paradox, one that particularly crops up in my work,
Third
too.
should be good too, but 6
In
is
the
too-
end, what is the true meaning of art? Should I see it as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods? Or an expression of the light of my own wisdom?
Here's your drink. How are you already spouting nonsense after just one glass? Your tolerance is usually much better than that.
Boss, what do you think is the meaning of art?
The meaning
Yeah,
of
no, he's
art?
actually
Really, my friend, who in Sumeru understands art better than you? Anyway, I don't know about art, but I do know that I'm interested in business, and some patrons are waiting to be served. So, you'll have to excuse me for now. Just holler if you need anything.
What do you think, traveler?
You really only have one glass? Yeah, this is probably the first supply already. Art is something that resonates with the masses?
Yes, art shouldn't be self-indulgent entertainment saved for the elite. Let's say that I built a house for someone. If they don't like how it looks, then no matter how brilliant it may appear to me, they won't be happy with it. The problem is that it can be very difficult to get validated by others. I could compromise my personal standards to accommodate my clients, but often that just means creating a final product that I would struggle to look at.
Kaveh still looks dejected. Even the wine didn't help his mood. How can I help cheer him up? Maybe I should play it safe and make a simple suggestion. Oh, that's our first round. It's a hangout quest. We always take the first option for the first run. I'll help you convince the client to come to your side.
Hmm? Thanks for offering, but you've seen how he is. He's not going to listen to anything I say.
Yeah, no, definitely a good idea to stop working for
He
him.
understands nothing about my design, and all the suggestions he made were as if he just wanted to mock me.
I don't think he was intentionally trying to be difficult. I think he's just an idiot.
Okay, it is possible that I was just jaded by my frustration. Well, given I'm already on my 6th draft, I can probably push myself to make a 7th. Let's go have another talk with him. I know where we'd be able to find the guy. There's no time to waste. The wine can wait until another time. I'll go take care of the bill.
Oh dear. Talk to this guy again? Wait, hold on. I thought he was just gonna be outside. What do you mean, Port Ormos? I would have just fast traveled from inside.
Kaveh, what are you doing here?
I've changed my mind. I was overreacting earlier. Can we try discussing the project some more?
My apologies as well. Now that I think about it, some of my requests were indeed a bit unreasonable.
Mm-hmm.
If I choose you to create the design for my project, I should have a bit more faith in your vision.
Thank you for understanding. Mutual trust is the basis for good communication. Now that we've got that out of the way, I think we can have a more productive conversation. To be perfectly honest, your commission request has been the most peculiar one I've ever received. Even now, I still know nothing about the building's intended purpose. All I know is that you want to build something in the desert for public use. I am aware that overly specific requests will restrain the architect's artistic freedom. However, knowing nothing about the intended purpose of the building also means I have no idea if I'm on the right track.
How did you get
I've
through
produced several
6
draft
drafts
proposals for you to choose from
without
and
this
rejected every
question
single
being
one.
posed?
If we don't get on the same page, it could be a decade before we can finally break ground on this project.
Yes, I've given this some thought already. I think we can go with the general direction of the latest proposal that you just showed me. It's just...
Oh no.
Just what?
Putting the building design aside, can we get some less expensive materials for the floor tiles? Yeah, I know someone in the business, and the red bricks he sells can go for pretty cheap.
Don't use
The
bricks
timber
as floor
here as well.
tiles.
We should be able to find some substitutes.
Please give me a moment. My head's starting to hurt again. Just please hold on for a second. So, let me get this straight. You want to reduce the cost of the project, right? But if we implement your suggestions, then I'm afraid we have to scrap the entire design. Architectural design cannot be neatly split into discrete parts. Any change to one part of the design will affect the quality of the whole thing. I decided to utilize high-end timber for this section because the weight-bearing structure requires the supporting materials to be durable and strong. Same with the tiles. Switch them out and the entire mural will have to be redesigned. More importantly, if we make such a change, both its practical functionality and aesthetic value will take a great hit. If all you need is a building with a roof that can keep people dry in the rain, you shouldn't have commissioned me. Many architects would be able to build you one of those while charging far less in commission fees.
Actually, Please tell me, are you absolutely sure that there's no room for any changes in this draft of the design?
I think the most important thing for me is to understand what you would actually like to get.
Uh-huh.
If you could tell me more about your vision, I might be able to work with the design some more. You are the client, after all. You should have the final say on how the project turns out.
Which is why you should have started with the purpose of the fucking building. How can Kaveh design a fucking building for public use if he doesn't know what the public is gonna use it for? I did not expect to be this invested right off the bat, but this is hitting a bit close to home.
I want to build something unique. Something quiet and warm inside. A refuge that can block out the world outside. I want all who enter this building to be able to temporarily forget everything that's going on outside of the building and just focus on their task at hand.
That is very nice, but does not answer the question.
That's a bit more information than last time, but it's still extremely vague. To put it another way, every rich person who wants to build a mansion for themselves would request something like this. We've gone through many proposals, and this draft is already the cheapest one. Cutting costs by substituting building materials will not only detract from the overall effect of the building, it also won't save you much more in the grand scheme of things.
Thank you for giving it so much thought. Please, give me some more time to mull over the budget. I'll get back to you once I've figured out a solution. I still have a few business meetings that I must attend, so I'm afraid I'll have to leave for now. You can just leave the proposal
I
as
want to
is.
just grab him
I'll
by
get
the
in
shirt and say,
touch once
"What
I've
is it
given
for?
it some more
What
thought."
is it for? What kind of fucking building is it?" Why do I feel like he's hiding something?
I also have a similar feeling.
Should we follow him and see if anything unusual comes up?
Is that really okay? I mean, what he does now is none of our business. He does seem really suspicious, though. He dresses like a rich person, but when you talk to him, he hardly sounds the part.
He sounds super frugal, too.
That's actually pretty common. Not all rich people are spendthrifts. Many are just, as if not more, stingy than him. The more mora some people have, the more they love interfering with people's lives. Like constantly reminding you to pay back your debts, or hinting every other day that it's time for you to pay rent. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not even sure this person really wants to work on this project with me. Putting his vague requests aside, he's still finding excuses to procrastinate even when we've decided on a plan. Who knows how long construction will take if he keeps delaying things like this? We should find him again and get some clearer answers. The sooner we can break ground on this, the better.
Okay, yeah, no, I agree. Fucking suspicious.
Huh? Where did he go? I could have sworn he went this way.
Also
Let's
would've
keep
kept
looking.
going. Search the air with Kaveh, but find no trace of Badawi. Badawi?
Hey, look! Isn't that Badawi?
Okay.
It sure looks like him, but he's dressed completely different
Fucking
now.
Eremite.
What is he up to?
Didn't I tell you before? I'm not looking for more workers. Plus, aren't you a bit old for physical labor? If something happens to you, I won't be able to pay for it.
Oh, you won't have to worry about that. I grew up as an Eremite mercenary and worked in the desert my entire life. My body's still in great shape. I don't have many talents, but I still have my muscle. If you need someone to unload goods or drive away sumpter beasts, I'm your man.
You used to be an Eremite mercenary?
I know there are a lot of bad apples in our ranks, but most are just trying to make a living. We're not that greedy by nature, and we'll do our best when given a job.
Let me think. I'm sorry, but I still can't take you in. I don't have any open positions right now, and don't have the Mora for anything more. How about this? Why don't you try your luck somewhere else?
Okay.
He used to be a member of the Eremites? Huh. From the way he was dressed, I would have thought he was a merchant from the rainforest. Let's ask him about it.
Oh, we are just talking to him? So.
We meet again.
Huh? Why are you guys here?
We just
That's
followed
what
the same
we wanted
path.
to ask you. Who are you? Why did you dress up like a merchant to talk to me about our project? There's no need for us to continue this project if you still want to keep hiding things from us. I don't work with individuals I can't trust.
Believe me, I didn't have any bad intentions.
Sure.
It's just... All right, there's no point hiding anything anymore. The building I'm trying to commission you for is not really a personal residence for me, but rather a library for children living in the desert.
Why didn't you just say that?
A library? Funded entirely by yourself. Shouldn't this be the responsibility of the academia? I've heard that the academia will be looking to prioritize the desert with the allocation of educational resources and materials. It sent over a large shipment of regular goods just last month.
You're right, and I was aware of these happenings as well. I just figured what I want to do is a separate effort from what's already being done by the academia. The desert is too vast. Even if the academia spends a lot of effort trying to disseminate knowledge in those parts, it might still take decades, if not centuries, to reduce the educational gap that already exists between the two regions. And what's more, I don't know if the academia would ever reverse its stance in the future. All I know is that as a desert dweller, we should not wait passively for good things to happen to us. If we only did that, we'd never be able to stand up and hold our heads high. I don't have much longer left on this world, so I just want to use whatever time I have to contribute something to my homeland.
Why didn't you just tell us that from the start?
I didn't want you to know that I came from the desert. I've lived in the desert my entire life, and there wasn't anyone here that I could trust. I figured I needed as much safety as I could get.
To the point that you even disguised your identity? That's certainly taking playing it safe to the next level. Hold on. Don't tell me you've also been scammed before.
When I first came to Sumeru City, I brought a lot of Mora, hoping to find an architect that I could work with. Someone agreed to take on the project, and even took a sum of Mora from me, but then disappeared without a trace. After that, I heard that there are a lot of untrustworthy people in this business. Some would run as soon as they've been paid, while others would deliberately use expensive materials and take a cut of the construction funding. I spent a while collecting information in the city, and eventually learned that you're the most famous architect in all of Sumeru. I figured that you wouldn't need to make Mora by scamming people, so I decided to reach out to you. By the way, how did you know I was scammed? I don't think I've ever mentioned that to anybody.
Logical
Just
deduction?
a hunch. A while ago, I accepted an offer to work on a project in the desert, and was also scammed out of a large sum of Mora. I ran into someone who was living in a pretty run-down house. I noticed a load-bearing wall on the verge of collapse, and suggested that I build a new house for him. He said that he had no way to pay for it, so I loaned him some of my own Mora, and told him to get some stone and timber from the local vendors. Soon after that, I found out that he had gone gambling with all the money, and lost everything, down to the last coin. And after that, he even borrowed Mora from me twice more, using a different excuse each time. I didn't even suspect him of any wrongdoing until he hired a group of mercenaries and tried to ambush me in his own house. According to him, I looked like an easy target because I was an academia scholar who didn't have any family or friends in the desert. What kind of person would just look at someone else and think, this guy looks like an easy target?
Those kinds of things do happen every once in a while, yes. Folks like him are the exact reason why us desert dwellers' reputation have gone down the drain. I must apologize to you on their behalf.
It's all right. You were also scammed by someone from Kasharwar after all. I should apologize to you on their behalf. Ultimately, neither of our experiences had anything to do with the desert or the rainforest. People who are new to an area are always easy targets for criminals.
Bad people are everywhere. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, you'll find both good and bad people everywhere. I can't understand the logic of those who like to take advantage of others, but I have to accept their existence as a fact of life. Anyway, I digress. Let's return to the topic at hand. Did you keep rejecting my designs because you thought I was deliberately using expensive materials to take a cut as a middleman?
That's what I was afraid of initially, yes. I eventually understood that you weren't out to cheat me. But unfortunately, I still don't have nearly enough Mora to pay for the design you proposed. I've done the math and know that we should be able to make it if we cut some corners. However, after our conversations, I can see that you're passionate about your design, and I'm quite fond of the proposal as well. So, I decided to try and see if I can afford your proposal as is. I've been looking for work every day, and in another month, I should be able to cobble together enough Mora to meet the budget.
By cobble together, you mean you're going to spend your entire life savings on this project? But then, what will you do if something unexpected comes up, and you find yourself stuck with no emergency fund?
To be honest, I haven't really thought about that. I mean, when you've lived to be my age and something happens, you can't really call it unexpected anymore. All I want is to build this library before I leave this world, so that the children of the future would have some books to read, and the desert dwellers would be able to learn their letters and pick up some practical knowledge.
You do seem really passionate about this project.
A while ago, I heard that the academia had decided to recruit a number of exceptional children from the desert. Of course, this is welcomed news. But as someone who spent their entire life in the desert, I still have a few concerns. I know the desert life and can predict what the problems will be. Many children from the desert have had neither the interest nor the proper environment to learn. So even if the academia would take them in, once they enter the halls, they might find themselves surrounded by other children who look and act very differently from them. And as a result, they might become socially isolated.
Yes, I can imagine that. My father passed away at an early age. Even though I had a good number of friends during my years at the academia, for some time I still sensed many critical looks in my direction. I'm sure a child coming all the way from the desert will have an even harder time. But let's bring this back to the building itself. I think you said that you want this building to be quiet and warm, with its doors serving as a solid barrier to block out the sound and fury outside, and allow one to focus on the book in their hands. Building it according to the current plan will be quite costly. Even if I don't charge you any commission fees, I don't think we'd be able to keep it under your budget. Any ideas on what we can do?
Can we try a slightly different style?
A slightly different style? Give me a minute. Most architects would probably prioritize cutting costs and removing extra features in this situation. Indeed, converting the building into a simple bungalow would solve most of our problems. However, I do not think this would be the best solution. While it's true that the aesthetic value of a building is often viewed as an afterthought, neglecting it has some long-term negative consequences. It is especially undesirable in this situation, as the library will serve a high number of children, many of whom would have never been exposed to structures that may be considered elegant or beautiful. To completely give up on the more aesthetic design would mean stripping the children of an opportunity to appreciate the beauty of architecture. I share Badawi's sentiments in wanting to preserve a more complex design. However, if we can reduce the ornate aspects of the design while maintaining its fundamental elegance, which is to say we won't touch the arches and stone pillars, but make changes elsewhere. This is definitely a first. To make up for the loss of regular details, we would need to put a lot of extra effort into the layout, lines, and color.
I see. Would that really be okay?
It just increases the difficulty of the design. You should feel lucky that out of all the architects in the city, you chose to approach me. Most of the others would have given up on this project by now. As for inspiration, I think I might have something in mind, but I'd need to visit the site to make sure. Where do you want this place to be built? Tell me the exact location.
Aru Village. Although it wasn't my childhood home, I think it'll be the best site for such a building.
Okay, then we can pay a visit to Aru Village.
There's something I can do for you. I've already caused you a lot of trouble before, and now you're revising the design again because of me. Which draft are we even on now?
7.
It's making me feel terribly
Actually,
guilty.
no, I think it's 8.
Let me think. You said you used to be an Eremite mercenary, right? In that case, you could help us clear out some monsters that are blocking the way to Aru Village.
I mean, we
We
could
want
just
to keep
teleport.
the roads clear and reduce the loss of materials during transport
Oh,
to
yeah,
a
no,
minimum.
that's a good point, though.
If everything goes well, that'll help us save some Mora.
All right, just leave it to me. If there's anything I'm good at, it's clearing out monsters.
What are you waiting for then? Let's pack up and get ready to go.
It's like, where in the desert do you want this? I don't know. How about in the only village? The only desert village. Aru Village, right here. The only place people live. There used to be another spot over here, but we killed all the tenant. I forget if that happened on stream or not. Approaching this from the wrong side.
Most materials going from Caravan Rebat to Aru Village would pass through here. There are a lot of monsters out here today. If you find it hard to keep up, just let us know.
Oh, don't worry about me. This is nothing. I'll be careful, though, and you should do the same.
Oh! Hey! We get to use... Well, that's cool. What do you got for me? Wait, you use a claymore? You were swinging with one hand, though, and so fast. Four consecutive attacks. Alright. Mapping ability. AoE damage. Huh. Interesting. Cubic scan space and AoE danger damage. Interesting. Huh. Oh, you're a crafting guy. As I would expect.
Site clear. Scanning.
Yeah, I figured it would be this, which is great.
Site clear. Scanning. Come at me.
Interesting. You hurt?
I'm fine. I've spent my entire life fighting these kinds of... But it's one thing to fight against monsters, and another to fight against an old injury. It's something I picked up when I was young. There were many fights between mercenary brigades back then, and one day someone stabbed me in the back. I
Literally?
don't think much of it back then, but with age, it's caught up to me. Few mercenaries get to enjoy their later years. Failing health tends to take the joy out of reputation and wealth. And many mercenaries never even made much of the latter to begin with.
Is there someone you know who can help to look after you?
Unfortunately, no. My wife passed away. Sometimes I'd close my eyes and realize most of my life story is already... I joined the Eremites when I was young, and won many battles with them. My survival was more a matter of luck than actual ability, if at all possible. I want future children of the desert to have some more options in life. I don't want them to turn out like me. My apologies. The older we get, the more we tend to ramble. Seems like we've already cleared out most of the monsters. Let's hurry over to Aru Village.
Badawi walks into the distance as he talks, lost in thought, yada yada yada. What's on your mind?
I think it's really admirable of him to spend his whole life savings on people he's never met. Maybe he's doing this out of natural kindness. A kindness that hasn't been eroded away by the struggles of his life.
Doesn't that also sound like you, Kaveh?
Perhaps. To clarify, though, I don't think I'm quite the same. Some people call me an idealist. I do have some sentiments of that general persuasion, such as wanting everyone to be able to lead a happy life. But my situation is more complex than that. In the beginning, what drove me to harbor those thoughts was less idealism and more a desire to make up for a sense of guilt. When I was young,
You're reading different lines
I
that are
impulsively
written.
encouraged my father to take part in the first Interdarshan Championship, hosted by the Academia. He set off confidently hoping to win something for
Hold
me,
up.
but failed to clinch the title. What's more, he fell into depression after the competition, and requested to join an investigative research project in the desert.
I didn't stream this. There was an event which had the Interdarshan Championship. That was actually the last big event before the one that's currently going on. This story was part of it. So technically he's already told us this, which makes... I guess since it was an event, it was a limited time thing, so they're like, alright, we should probably have him actually talk about this during his hangout.
I never saw him again. Word has it that he got caught in quicksand.
Wait, hold on.
Even if other factors may have contributed to his death, the fundamental cause still circles back to me.
You figured out what happened.
I started doing many things in life because I wanted to make amends. Even in cases where I couldn't do something for a specific person, I still did whatever I could.
It was like a cursed crown or something.
I just wanted to make myself feel a little better.
That you ended up coming into possession of and nearly got taken by the same thing, except you broke the crown after denying the guy. I kind of wish I'd streamed that one, but it was an event. I wouldn't have to explain this. And is that how you still feel?
At this point, even I don't know. I've tried self-reflection, but it didn't help. I can't seem to walk away from many things that I see or hear about, even if they don't directly concern me. And I can't quite pinpoint the source of it. Maybe it's just like what those Vahumana scholars often say. It's hard for people to truly understand themselves. I could be doing things out of endless guilt, or I could be doing them out of a strong sense of empathy. It could even just be a matter of conceit. The potential motivations could number in the dozens, but the actions they result in are the same.
Should we go follow Badawi?
I suppose I don't really mind being called an idealist. They also use that term to describe... I've known Al-Haytham for many years now,
there you go,
and discussed my ideology with him for nearly as long. Maybe argued is a better word for it. He told me a long time ago that no matter how strong of a swimmer you may be, you'll still get dragged under by the others who are drowning once you run out of stamina. He believes this is the fate that awaits all idealists. I still believe I should live by my ideals, and I've given him countless reasons why I think it's a good idea to do so. Perhaps my ideals are... Unfortunately, he remains unconvinced. His personality is the exact opposite of my own. If someone happens to
A
drown next
bit
to
of
him,
a
he'll most likely
sociopath?
stand on the shore and mumble something along the lines of respecting other people's
But not like the
faiths.
bad kind?
But as you can see, I'm not the only idealist in the world. Just as there are different seasons, there are also different people. There are many others who will continue to care about the fates of those
Out of
who are not
context, that's
directly
a
related
stupid
to them.
line.
And when I finally run out of stamina, someone will also reach out and bring me back to shore. Someone will help me, right? Yes, I've already been helped like that before.
Should I have a life preserver at the ready?
Oh, please. It's not like we're actually talking about swimming. Also, just so you know, I actually took a swimming elective back in the day. Don't underestimate my skills. Either way,
I
I'm
wanna go
feeling much
swimming
better than when
again.
you first found me at the tavern. I can feel inspiration already welling up inside of me. Maybe this was just the opportunity I needed to create a whole new style. All right, let's head to Aru Village.
Hoo-wee! Alright. Oh, you may have also noticed we got the statue to level 10. It has that ring around it. I actually went, it gets you an achievement for doing that, and also a trophy on PS5 version. But the, weird thing on that is it only loads that trophy once you load back in, so it didn't give me a good clip for it. I took the wrong turn, didn't I? Side.
Now that we're here, it's my partner's time to shine. Marak!
Oh, what's this?
My toolbox. I built it using an ancient mechanical core. It's not too smart, but it's super useful and can help me with a variety of tasks. I'll take Marak and find a suitable location for the building. Once that is done, I'll get to work on a few designs.
Traveler?
Sataria?
Ah, you know each other?
Hello. I suppose you must be Kave from Kasharawar. I've heard of you before. My name is Sataria, and I'm currently the person in charge of promoting educational assistance programs here in the desert.
Educational assistance programs. Then you must be familiar with the local conditions here.
I can't say I'm too familiar just yet, but if you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them.
I've been commissioned by Mr. Badawi to build a library in the desert. We've settled on the general design direction, but we are trying to finalize some details based on the conditions around the intended location.
A library? Do you intend to open it to the public for free?
That's right. I want to make sure the children will have books to read.
That's fantastic! I'm sure the children will be thrilled. Right now, we don't have access to many paper books or a quiet place to read. Truth be told, this very thing has been keeping me up at night.
Let me get straight to my questions then. Can you estimate the number of children around here who'd be interested in reading? Besides the usual noise of village pedestrians, are there any other sources of noise in the village? Oh, and have any landslides occurred here recently? And also, where are the spots around the village that have been most affected by wind and erosion?
Sataria considers Kave's questions and offers her answers.
All right, that should be everything. Badawi, let's go over the budget
another heart.
again. We'll keep the building structure the same, but make the place a little bigger, so it'll be able to hold more people and get better natural light. The parts of the project that cost the most will be the insulation and ventilation materials. I'm sure you understand, no one likes to read in a place that's hot and stuffy. I want to make significant changes to the arrangement of the bookshelves, tables, and chairs. I'll go over the specifics of that shortly. I have two plans in mind. Both are pretty minimalist in style, but will provide a very different ambiance from the world outside. Our final cost should be around 70% of the last figure I quoted. The whole thing should take around half a year to complete. Marak has produced a sketch for all of you to see. If everyone's okay with it, then we'll proceed with that as the formal plan.
You've got a new design plan already?
The inspiration just came to me naturally. All I did was put thoughts to paper. I must give you credit, though. If it weren't for your advice and suggestions, I probably wouldn't have landed on this new style so quickly. According to the traditions of my profession, I should probably name this style after you. Let's call it the Traveler style. In the meantime, let's look forward to the
Arlock
day
style.
when this building
Excellent.
is completed and can finally open its doors.
Hey, and there's our first ending. Blueprint for the future. Present suffering is nothing compared to granting hope for the future to others. Okay. Zoom out. Alright, first split was here. Oh, we had another split along the way. Okay, so we go back here. How much time we have? Oh, we're good. We can at least get another ending or two. Or three, even. Who knows? I think there were 5? Or were there... I'm curious now. Hold on. Yep, 5. There's 5 endings. Don't think we'll be able to get all 4 that are left in half an hour, but we'll see. If we do, then we probably won't be streaming the event.
We meet again.
Huh?
All right. I
That's
gotta
what we wanted.
fast forward to our
There's no
next
need for us to
Believe
choice.
me. All right.
A library? I've heard that the academia.
You're right. The desert is too vast. And what's more, all I know is I don't have much longer left on this world. So I just want to use whatever time I have to contribute something to my homeland.
Why did you feel like you needed to lie?
I didn't want you to know that I came from the desert.
Okay,
I've
illusion
lived the
choice.
point that you even-
When I first, someone agreed to take on the. After that, I spent a while. By the way,
I ran into someone who. He said that he had no. And after that, according to him.
those kinds of things.
It's ultimately neither of our experiences had anything to
Bad
do
people
with the
are
desert.
everywhere.
Yeah, you'll find both good. Anyway, I digress.
That's what I was I've done the math, so.
By cobbled.
To be honest, all I want is to build this library.
Seem real
before
passionate
I
about
leave
this project.
world. A while ago, I know the desert life. So even if the
Yes, my father passed away. I'm sure a child But let's bring this. Building it according to the. Any ideas on what we can do?
Would any other merchants be willing to sponsor the project?
Sponsor the project? You mean convince wealthy merchants to join our cause and pool their money together to build the library? That does make sense. A library is a big project, and it's going to be hard to
I think
fund it
choosing
with
the
just
other
a
one
single
gave us 2
person's
hearts
mora.
up there before.
What do you think? If we can find others to sponsor the project, we could potentially increase the size of the building 2- or 3-fold.
It's all fine with me, but where do you think we'll be able to find these sponsors?
Look around. We're in the
Well,
shopping district.
You're right. If I really think about it,
Oh.
I'm not too familiar with many big-name merchants.
Can we ask Dory?
Her? Hard pass. With her shrewd and greedy personality, she would never put Mora into something like this.
Maybe she can connect us with some of her contacts.
Now there's an idea. She probably won't say no if all she'll need to do is to make some introductions instead of spending Mora. Let's go and pay her a visit.
All right. Bringing another named character into the mix. Directly north, huh? Oh, Dory! I feel like this is the first time we've gone here and actually met Dory here. Every other time we've come here for a scene, she hasn't been here. We're meeting someone else. But apparently Kaveh designed this place, so...
Oh, now here is
some unexpected guests. What brings you to the Palace of Alcazar's-Ray? When I saw Kaveh, I almost thought it must be that time of month again. Sadly for me, I must wait a few more days before I can collect my shiny Mora.
Hey, can't you think of something else for a change? You are literally living in an objet d'art, and yet your mind is still fixated on nothing but Mora? What's the point of wealth, anyway? Is your happiness entirely dependent on your hoard of cold, emotionless Mora?
That's exactly right. Mora is extremely valuable, you see. If you don't keep your mind on it, your Mora may just find its way to somebody else's pockets. If you ask me, this place is still way too empty. Just give me some time and I'll fill it to the brim with lots and lots of Mora.
You're hopeless.
Let's get back to why we're here.
Oh, so you have an actual reason to visit me? All right, let's hear it.
We would like to ask for your help in introducing us to some merchants.
Merchants? Why? Is there some kind of business opportunity?
You described the library construction project to Dory.
Oh, I see. So you're just looking for someone to help you fit the bill.
Oh, I knew you wouldn't be interested in something like this. Still, you wouldn't refuse just making some introductions for us, would you?
Sure, I can connect you with some folks, but with every service comes a fee, you know.
A fee? You mean just for introductions?
Yeah, I was kind of expected with her.
Making introductions means using my connections and putting my reputation on the line. Why wouldn't I charge a fee for something so important? And since we've known each other for so long, though, I'll give you a huge returning customer discount. How about 500,000 Mora?
How about fuck off?
500,000? I guess that's okay. But why are you charging a fee before we've even secured any funding? That just doesn't seem right. Besides, by helping us out, you'd be doing a great service to the public. Can't you take your mind off your Mora even for just 1 second and focus on something far more important?
Hmm.
Very well. Since you're so
She always
passionate
does
about
this.
project,
She
I'll
mentions
let you
charging
know
such
the
a
introduction fees.
incredibly
Three of my
high
business
fee,
partners came
and
by
then you
earlier
talk to
today
her a
to
bit
discuss some
bit
things
more.
with me, and they still haven't left yet. I'll arrange a meeting for you, and just so we're clear, it'll be up to you to present your project and discuss any deals.
Like, you just talk to her a bit more, and then she waives all the fees. It makes no fucking sense. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You can wait here. I'll bring them over to you.
And there's a heart. It's like, yep, nope, he's not even gonna try and argue with that. Just, thank you.
Dory gave us a brief introduction about the two of you. You are Kaveh, the renowned architect, and you are the traveler. Practically all of Teyvat has heard of you by now. To be frank, I don't feel like there's an obvious business opportunity here, but since Dory took the time to introduce you, we can spend some time to have a conversation. So, let's hear your idea.
All right, here's the situation. I've been commissioned to build a library in the desert, with the intended goal of allowing the desert dwellers to have more access to reading materials.
So it's a public welfare project?
Yes,
correct.
Actually.
Then the commission fees will likely be very low. You should be careful.
I'm not too concerned about how much I'll get for the commission fees, actually. I'm fine with doing it for free. I just want to get this project rolling as soon as possible. We're just a little short on funding.
So what? You can't possibly expect that we just cover the shortfall for you. Besides, what does a library in the desert have to do with us? If you want to build it yourself with your own Mora. Seems simple enough to me.
Oh, great.
Hey, there's
We
no
found
need to be so
dumbasses.
harsh. They are Dory's associates after all. Here, can you tell us a bit more about what we can gain from sponsoring this project?
Yeah, I mean, it's our first time getting to this decision, so I have to take the first one. You can get the naming rights of the library.
So we'd mostly be doing it for reputation and exposure? There is some value to that. It could make doing business in the desert a bit easier.
Well, just speaking for myself, I've got nothing in the desert.
I also have a concern. It feels like there's not much to profit from in the short term. But in the long term, the reputation gain also doesn't sound like it'd offset the cost of the sponsorship.
Then how about this? What if, instead of building a single library, we commit to an entire complex of buildings dedicated to culture and education?
Wouldn't that just cost more?
Yes, but in that case... Mr. Cave, please tell us what you have in mind.
I'll just give an example. If we were to build a library and a school near Aru Village, then the desert dwellers would gradually begin to migrate towards the area. A whole suite of buildings will be able to host more traffic, and thus drive the economic development of the entire area. In turn, that would lead to direct business opportunities. I've been to the desert several times. Although there are still many lingering tensions between the two regions, the amount of interaction has been steadily increasing, and in the long term, the desert will only become more and more important to Sumeru.
You do have a point.
Huh.
Education in the desert is indeed an industry that has not been tapped into. If we can be the first to place stakes in the area.
And you just believe anything he tells you?
Even the greenest amateurs know that urban planning will affect population flow. If you don't believe me, you can ask anyone on the street to confirm it to you.
You...
What is your deal, Tipu? Oh, yeah, no, I like this first one better. You don't seem to think about your questions very thoroughly before speaking.
Hey, why are you starting to sound like I'll hate them?
Wait.
Something just occurred
What?
to me.
I wasn't saying that to
If
him.
we're going to build a library in the desert, Aru Village would obviously be the best place for it. But it seems we're not the only ones with our eyes on the village. I heard a rumor a while back saying a lot of land and buildings in Aru Village have already been secretly purchased by a big-name merchant.
What?
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 In other words, if we try to join the fray now, there won't be much left for us.
What?
If we want to build a suite of buildings focused on education and culture, Aru Village is the prime location. If we want to build it anywhere else, we'll have to deal with a far larger list of problems. It's not impossible, I suppose, but...
Then there's no hurry. We can wait for Aru Village to develop more first and get into the market for expansion to other areas.
But if you were to do that...
Is there nothing else to discuss? Great timing! I pretty much heard all I want to hear. If there are no other urgent matters, I'll be on my way.
You could have just
I'll
left
be off
quietly,
as well.
Tipu.
If
We
you have
don't
any
care
new
about
ideas,
you.
Please feel free to reach out.
It seems like the others are not interested in funding this, so no point in me doing this on my own. Let's revisit this another time.
What self-centered assholes.
Well, what can I say? I guess it went somewhat as expected. They are Dory's friends, after all. As soon as they heard that there's not much more in this for them, they lost all interest.
It's just business, I guess. With assholes.
Yeah, it's just another day doing business with people. But I can never get used to that. Those people never think of anyone other than themselves.
Like I said,
Looks like we'll
selfish
have
assholes.
to figure out some other way to get the funding. Let's go.
How did the meeting go? Want to talk about it?
Hey, Dory, your friends are dicks.
Where did all that passion go from earlier, I take it you weren't able to find a sponsor for your project?
Please don't tell me that you're here to mock us.
What kind of person do you take me for? Would the kind and generous Lord Sakuma Bay really do such a thing?
Maybe.
I will say, though, I more or less expected this outcome even before I introduced them to you. You can try to talk up the project all you want, but the facts will remain the same. This project is high investment with slow returns. No sane person would put their money into this.
But this isn't just a business project, right? Also, if you already knew no one would want to partner with us, why did you still try to charge me 500,000 mora? You scammer!
You might want to remember who your creditor is before you start talking like that, Kaveh.
I'll pay back every last coin that I still owe you, but that's a completely different matter.
Alright, since you're so devastated about this, I'll set you up for dinner with another big-name merchant. In fact, I'll be inviting the most famous merchant in all of Sumeru, so I'll be counting on your performance.
What? Really?
What?
I would like... So.
Yeah. Who is it?
Oh.
What are we doing? Come on. I'm sensing another fucking scam. Oh. We're actually following you. And it has kept us at a walking pace. No UI, so I can't even... What was the point in that?
This is the place.
You said you're going to introduce us to the most famous merchant in Sumeru. Well, where are they?
It's her, you
Still
idiot.
don't get it, huh? The most famous merchant in Sumeru.
Lord Sangamabe?
Huh? So you meant yourself all along? Then why did you bring us here?
Well, I've given it some thought, and that complex of education and culture buildings that you mentioned does hold some promise. It'll be a pretty big Mora sink, and I'll have to fund it all on my own, but that's not really a problem for me.
Seriously? Where's this generosity coming from so suddenly? Are you trying to scam me again?
The reasons are not important. What's important is that I'm willing to help you. However, you know just as well as me that once this project actually breaks ground, it'll start sucking Mora from my pockets like crazy. So, to cut costs...
Uh-oh.
I get it. I won't charge any commission fees, and I'll...
Splendid! Then let's sign the contract right away.
Read it. After a brief read. No.
This way, the children of the desert will have some books to read. Their lives should improve a bit after this.
You seem rather pleased.
Of course. There are a few things better than using my knowledge to help other people change their fates. I must thank you as well, Dory. I used to say you only cared about Mora, which might have been some prejudice on my part.
Also seems to mostly be true.
I will also try to pay back my debts.
Or at least tries to be what she
now,
appears to be.
let's have a quick discussion. Where would you want the library to be built?
I know what I meant to say.
That will be the most important building.
There's no rush. I'll provide you with a copy of the deed when we get back. You can just use the address on the document to find the lot.
Huh? The deed?
You don't mean...
So hold on a sec. The person who has been buying up everything around Aru Village was you all along?
Oh my, did I not tell you about that? Yours truly has been buying up all the land. I must thank you for bringing your ideas to me. Before our conversation, I had no idea what to build on all those lots. So, from my perspective, this has been a great turn of events. I didn't put much in and easily got a lot in return.
But what about my commission fees?
Huh? Didn't you waive those yourself? I was just gonna say that to cut costs. We mustn't procrastinate and should start construction as soon as possible.
You got ahead of yourself, Kaveh.
You volunteered to waive your commission fees and even promised to take responsibility for the whole project from start to finish. I'm so touched, really.
It's obvious that you used every trick in the book to deceive me. You deliberately paused for a long time while talking about the project and kept glancing at me with that menacing look in your eyes.
Huh? You really think so? Well, the contract's already been signed, so there's no point in dwelling on the details. You know what? I'll pay for tonight's dinner.
Fine, I'll drop the argument on the commission fees. But since you said you're paying for dinner, I'm going to order the best dishes and booze this place has to offer, and lots of it. Tonight, we're feasting until I've recouped my full commission fees.
That doesn't quite work that way, but whatever. Wait a minute. Done deal. Wait a minute. I have to recoup my fees. Okay. Ending 2 complete! Alright, that was all on that path. So we're back to the beginning. What time is it? Yeah. Wait, 1, 2... Okay, there should be 3 more. Which means one of these 2 paths will have another split. And I do remember where the choice was in here. There was very obviously a 3-way split.
This mission was truly the worst decision ever.
You alright?
Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern? Don't listen to anyone who says that drinking is an elegant pastime. It's no good for your health.
I saw you arguing with someone just now.
So you saw that... Anyway,
Yeah,
stress
yeah.
is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss, I'll have a glass of wine. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
I'll have a glass of juice.
Wine in a glass of juice?
He jugs the whole wine.
I know you're already keeping a... That guy... Another glass.
Yeah,
You've got it, sir.
Come
Really
on, get
is
to the
every-
choice.
That's getting... I would spend a lot of time... I suppose, though,
We
that
saw
all
this
of this makes...
earlier.
Here's your drink.
Boss,
The meaning of... Anyway, I don't know.
what do you think?
Here we go. Something that embodies the creator's efforts and dedication.
Exactly. So our
got a
thoughts
heart
on the
from
meaning
that.
of art are rather similar.
We didn't get that
In
heart
Sumeru,
before, so...
and especially
I know
Sumeru,
one of these paths is going to lead to 5
the
hearts.
arts are not a popular discussion topic. Trying to talk about the arts is basically the key to killing any conversation. It's too bad that I'm not in my best form today. Otherwise, we could have talked about this for a little longer.
Kaveh still looks dejected. Even the wine didn't help his mood. Help cheer him up. Play it safe, just make a simple suggestion. Let's do something else and clear your mind. Okay, so we got back to this choice? Really? So that wasn't the split. But it got me a heart.
Sounds great to me. I don't even want to think about this project anymore. But what should we do? It's probably not a good idea to just drink until I pass out here.
Okay, this might be the actual split. Well, first that one, now this one. Why did you decide to become an architect?
Huh? Where did that come from? I mean, it's not like it's some kind of secret. You probably already know some bits and pieces of my past. My mother is also an architect. I've always adored her drawings, and when I was young, I used to sit next to her and watch her bring all kinds of buildings to life on paper. You could say my interest in architecture just naturally grew with time.
Would she be able to understand how you're feeling right now?
Perhaps. In fact, I have also seen my mother argue with her clients, but she would always quickly find the motivation to return to her work. Unfortunately, I've barely had any contact with her since she remarried and moved abroad. Even if I wanted to ask her about her ability to stay positive after an argument, it would seem rude to barge into her life again over something as trivial as that. I did remember something else, though. When my mother left, she only carried some small personal luggage with her. She left most of the belongings in the house to me. At the time, she even told me that it would be great if I could learn a few lessons from her life experiences, so my life and career could go a little more smoothly. I hadn't quite come to grips with my emotions, and didn't really have it in me to go through any sentimental items, so I just packed anything with memories away in a box and haven't reopened it since. It's been a really long time. Now that so many years have passed, maybe I have finally developed the maturity I need to face those memories without losing my mind. Yeah, I should dig it out and take a look.
Do you think I can come with you?
Huh? Sorry, I've had too much to drink and wasn't
One
thinking
glass.
clearly. You're right. I should do these kinds of things with the support of a friend. Speaking of that, I can call you a friend now, right? Either way,
see why
thanks
not.
for reminding me that I can invite you to come along. Had I just gone back by myself, it would have looked like I'm deliberately trying to keep things from you. Ugh, thinking too hard about the words is giving me a headache, so I'll just give it to you straight. Thanks to your advice, I have decided to put my current projects on pause for now, and spend some time trying to rekindle the passion for my craft. If you want to stick around and see how this will turn out, you'll be sure to encounter some bits and pieces of my past. Do you think you'd find that too boring?
I don't think so.
All right, then let's head
Called the
back
Hangout
together.
Quest for a reason.
I mean, you already know where I live. Who knew that the day would come when I too would have some friends over? Let me see.
Are you saying El Hatham has
Should've
other
tidied up
friends?
the place before I left the house this morning. El Hatham shouldn't be home now either. He's usually in the records room at this time of the day. Anyway, there's no more time for drinks. I'll go take care of the bill.
All right. Big split. No longer working on the library in the desert. Let's just see. Might as well run there. Now, it is actually around time I'd usually end the stream. And this is pretty far away from anywhere I would need to be for commissions and whatnot. Maybe I should just be done for now. We'll come back to this tomorrow. And if I did want to finish this today, because then I'd get back to Zelda tomorrow for a full 3-hour stream, but I mean, what would happen tomorrow is we go through these 3 endings as quickly as we can, then do the event. Since it's a voiced one, it would make sense. But that may lead to yet another stream. And I don't have the time today to finish all 3 of these endings. Take another hour to an hour. So, we will continue this tomorrow. In front of the Adventurers Guild, as usual. Alright. Let's see about a raid then. I'm pretty sure I know where we'll be going. Wait, no, it's Thursday. What special event? Uh-huh. A lot of options, okay. Oh, that's what you're doing. Oh. Huh. You know what? I don't think we've actually raided into Mimcubus before. Let's give Mim some love. Because he is playing some Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Which, as you saw me play, is a very, very good game. So, we'll send y'all over that way. And good, he allows raids. Well, until next time, folks, this is the Pirate King, signing off. Have a good night.